stream now. Or as Craig would say, now recording.
Okay. Welcome to our third episode. Last time, the kids dealt with the repercussions of the 4th of July and went home to discuss what happened and decided that they really needed to watch the Alfred Hitchcock movie The Birds. And they were going to rent it the next day. And when it became the next day, they gathered their resources and went on downtown to the local video shop to rent the movie, where Kat had a lesson in adulthood.
A bad lesson, but still a lesson.
Yes. They rented the movie and came home only to find that Amelia's brother and friends were kind of hogging the TV, watching a baseball game. I kind of jumped the gun a little, I think.
Yeah, because we didn't know about that.
You did manage to construct a device from the salvaged microchip that you salvaged from the Hawk. And this device would make noises when some of these chipped birds were in the area, and used it to, after you weren't going to watch the birds, you decided to see if you could track down some birds with your device. And you left the town proper and found your way to Fairgrounds Road and made it all the way to the old fairgrounds, where you broke in and through some maneuvering through the stable area and some trees, you have discovered that there is some raptors, not velociraptors, but carnivorous birds that are watching from the trees above you as a flock of various birds are constructing something in the old grandstand. Something not quite human looking in its construction.
But not alien, Bruce.
I didn't say that. I just said not human.
Last time you made sure to tell us you didn't say alien, though.
I didn't say alien this time either.
Right.
He just didn't say not alien.
Well, I mean, it is an alien design. How about that?
Yeah, but alien can just mean, like,
exactly
different than what we're used to.
Like Willard.
Yeah.
So we pick up with the kids. They have just made their way to the outer edge of the infield on the opposite side of the racetrack from the grandstand, somewhere in this area.
The grandstand is over here?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay.
Correct. There is a small bandstand between you and the grandstand, which is right here.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, the infield is completely devoid of any structures. So it's just an open field. How do you wish to proceed?
I think last time we were still following the track, right? We didn't want to cross the fence, or are we going to do that now?
Well, there's a guardrail. There's a guardrail on the inside and the outside of the racetrack.
That's what I meant. Sorry. Nobody has opinions?
Yeah, if we want to avoid being seen, we should probably keep going the way we are.
I think what Jamie told us is about, like, right here, we lost the ability to have tree cover or something if we keep going that way. So, try to go that
But it's
way.
better than losing
Okay.
it from here and going all the way across.
Right. Yep. No, I was agreeing with you. I was just saying that's where our cutoff point is, I think, as far as tree cover.
Mm-hmm.
So we back up a little. You haven't left the cover of the trees yet.
Right. We were talking about it last time before the end of the game, and you were saying that as we came around, we'd run out of tree cover.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought we already made it to where we had to make the decision. We were out of.
Okay, it wasn't just me then. I thought we did too. But I didn't want to say it because I was like, oh, okay, I don't remember stuff at night.
Yeah, I think you were falling asleep, Jim.
Yeah. Nights are
So
hard.
yes, we're
So-
gonna keep going because we're already at
Alright.
that point.
So you move around the backside of the racetrack, and you get to this small area here, which is there's a line of trees there, and on the other side there is a downhill slope that meets up with Fairgrounds Road, which is just behind that line of trees.
Maybe we need a distraction as we get
For
close.
the birds.
Yeah. If they're watching us, what if they all swarm us? Can Cat fight them all?
Guess we'll find out. Too bad I don't have my tractor. That'd
Your
distract them.
You and your damn track.
It would also bring the attention of like the police and a whole bunch of other authority figures that we don't need.
Come on, it's not that loud.
Different
No,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's
quite-
also
it's
not
quite
that
visible.
fast.
Or that small.
Oh, I could put some scythes on it, like, you know, those old scythe chariots.
Well, we don't have it right now, so we need to figure out our now problem.
What she said.
Does anyone have any food on them? I have gum. I think birds are dumb enough to go after gum. I think.
I'm not sure about raptors.
I think we were talking about this last time because I mentioned what about Alka-Seltzer?
It turned into a whole
Yes.
thing. And
Yes.
Hunter's horrible father.
Yeah.
My father's great. It was when he was younger, all right? Plus, it was a lesson. I learned to not do it.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have any food on me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my backpack down and put it in
let
my
me
hand.
ask. Let me ask you this: what are your intentions on getting closer?
We want to see what's going on over there, and we want to see
Okay.
that structure.
Yeah, we want to see it closer. See if we can figure out any more about it.
I mean, if I could
Maybe.
afford camera film, I would take pictures of it, but my camera's just empty and around my neck for no reason. So,
So you're one of those hipsters that just carries a camera because they think it looks cool.
I guess sort of, yeah. 13-year-old boy thinks it's really cool, but his mom and dad won't spend the money on buying him film all the time because he wastes it. So he just carries it around.
Well, he
Smart
takes-
parents.
I figured
Takes-
that was a better way to have it than having me actually have film so I could take pictures to show adults of all the crazy stuff we see. So,
Well, they probably got tired of buying you film when you were trying to be artsy and you were taking pictures of the bare wall at different angles,
different lighting.
and different lighting.
Yep.
And you're like, we bought you a roll, a 36 exposures, and each one of them is white.
Yeah, but different shades of white. All right, so I'm gonna get my backpack in my hand so I can swing it around if a bird comes at us. Anybody have
Maybe we
any
should-
ideas?
Maybe we should ask them what they're doing.
I don't know. Sure, I guess.
I mean, if they're not being controlled, birds usually fly away from people when they come around. So
Yeah, but that bird attacked before. What if they all do? What if they
Yeah,
are
but they
being
were-
controlled?
going to attack the chickadee, not necessarily us.
I'm willing to go out in an Eddie Munson moment to save my friends. Maybe.
Do it.
Are you bringing a
Do
guitar
it.
with you?
No.
Oh.
That'd be so badass if
You
you were
get out there
freaking
and
hitting them with
play.
your.
Yeah, be the distraction for everybody, just like Eddie.
Yeah.
That would be so sweet.
This character probably is Eddie Munson.
Maybe you can
Do it.
charm them with your guitar.
Or scare them away.
Or seduce them like a barb.
Okay.
Hmm.
That went 3 different ways.
Some of them worse than others.
True.
Yeah, I don't have my guitar anyway, so that's a moot
The
point.
fuck?
Don't carry it everywhere. It's kind of bulky.
Guess.
Isn't it your anchor? I mean, your iconic
No,
item?
my leather jacket is that I have with me.
At least he's got armor then.
I have protection from the beaks.
You
Only
know
on
what?
my
We're trying
torso.
way too hard. I'm gonna start walking towards it.
Yep.
Okay. Just out in the open?
Are you suggesting we're overthinking something?
Oh yeah, I am.
This group of
Crazy.
people overthink. No,
You can't accuse me of
Don't do
that because I have no brain tonight. So
Me neither.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna follow you. We'll just go start walking. There's not much else we can do, I don't think, anyway. So
No attempt to sneak, you're just walking out in the open?
I mean, we don't see anybody around, do we?
there's not really any cover
Nope.
between here and there.
all right, well I'll just
Yeah.
keep the radio thing on them so we can hear if they suddenly say attack.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, nope. I'm not even trying to hide. Just gonna walk out over to where we're trying to get to.
All right. As you break cover and you start making your way towards the grandstand, your radio it's making the number of clicks is kind of increasing, and there's a crescendo until it starts. Each click or beep is starting to drown itself out and becoming just a low tone instead.
I think we found it.
I think so too.
And as you get about 50 feet away, three birds in unison all swoop towards you, and they land on a post nearby. One that is holding up the guardrail for the racetrack. And they kind of, all three in unison, as if they're speaking together, go away. This our home.
What are you
No.
building here?
Go away.
What are you building?
They kind of just look at you. One of them cocks its head.
I'm gonna take a step forward.
Go away. This is our home.
Is anyone else here besides birds?
You don't see anyone. If you're looking
No,
for a
I'm
response
asking
from-
the birds.
Oh, no, they don't respond.
All right, I take another step forward.
Amelia, be careful.
A second one cocks its head.
All right, I'm gonna start running at them and see if they fly away or not.
Hey, make a move roll, please.
Ooh. one.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm just running at them to see if they fly away, and if they fly away, I'll stop.
All right, you get all the way to the post where they are. As you get within 10 feet, they all break and fly away. But you notice that as you're moving to them, a group of half a dozen larger birds than chickadees, and I'm not up to my bird parlance.
Where's Doug when you need him?
Yeah, one of the like pigeon-sized birds, barely they swoop out of nowhere, and if you were any slower, they would have nailed you from behind. But you move so quickly that they didn't anticipate you moving the way you did, and they kind of just swoop in behind you, and then they swoop back up again.
All right, I turn around and flip them off.
We all see this?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we should turn around.
The birds kind of, the half dozen birds just kind of, they're about 50 to 60 feet off the ground, and they're just kind of like circling your area.
Where are we now?
You are right about here.
If we ran, could we get into cover?
You could.
All
How
right.
well are you at running?
I can do it.
No one's attacking you at the moment.
I'm gonna
Just turn around at this point.
Does anyone have some binoculars at least?
No, but
Nope.
I think if we're gonna see it, we got to get in there undercover before they attack again.
Well, we want to go into the building. We don't want to go into their structure. The guy was locked in the basement, right? Isn't that what they said? Trapped in the basement? Is that what the chickadee said? Or just trapped?
He was just trapped.
Okay.
So
I mean, I say we run for it.
I'm gonna roll run.
where specifically is their structure? Is it like here?
No, it's built within the grandstand. So you know how
Oh, okay.
if you went to a school gym and they have rows and rows of seats that increasingly they're like stairs.
Bleachers, yeah.
Yeah, like bleachers. So the inside of the grandstand is just nothing but that. Rows and rows of benches that just each bench is higher than the one before it. And they've built a structure underneath the roof, but on like in that interior area. Because other than the three backside, the three, sorry, I can't. Apparently, we're all losing brain cells tonight. The backside and the two sides are there's a chain link fence that blocks them in, but the front of the grandstand facing the racetrack is wide open to the air. And they are building a structure in the seating area, so underneath the roof of the grandstand.
What does this structure look like? Like, can you give me a basic shape and...
It looks like a mass of junk. Not quite a pile, because there is some organization to it. But there's also appears to be some randomness to it. So it's not, like I said, it's not a pile of junk. You can almost make out a faint structure where it's organized, and there are numerous holes or areas in the structure where it's open.
Okay, so it doesn't look. You said it didn't look human made?
Right. Because, like I said, it's a patchwork of junk.
Is it safe to assume it looks like, because birds build nests, they could just be at a more intellectual level building a nest?
You can assume that.
Why would all these birds be building one big nest?
That professor probably has something that.
With a big bird.
I don't know. I say we go look and try and get into the building and see what we can find out.
Maybe a big bird's their god.
Maybe.
Should we call out and see if anyone is there, or what are
I
we
don't-
trying to do here?
We're trying to find his name.
The guy that's trapped.
Professor Boyd. Christopher Boyd.
Yes, Professor Boyd.
Well, we don't know that he's the one that the bird was referring to necessarily, right?
Yep.
We're just kind of assuming that.
Right.
You're assuming
they
that
said-
too.
Someone is trapped there, so it could be your dad, Cat. Doubtful, but not impossible.
Hey, can I roll my run now?
Where are you seeking cover?
In the grandstand.
All right. So go ahead and make a move roll.
Oh, I don't move.
So you're going to have to take a condition. I'll leave it up to you.
Scared.
Gonna try
Scared.
to.
All right. So you get about halfway from your current location to the grandstand when the half a dozen birds that attacked Amelia swoop down at you in your path, and one of them kind of flies and hovers. Not really hovers, but kind of just stops in one place and bats its wings. And you kind of stop, and you were kind of thrown back for a second. And a couple more of them just kind of, they don't really do any damage per se, like physical damage, but they knock the back of your head, and you can feel them striking your back enough that it unnerves you mentally, and you stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna run after him
I'll
to
go,
save him.
Fuzz, help!
Damn it. I
Run
in that
toward
direction.
him and try to
all right.
shield him.
So, Amelia, you're moving to Willard?
I'm moving to the grandstand. I'm not stopping.
All right. So you make it all the way to the grandstand, and so does Fuzz.
Thanks for the distraction.
I want to stop and help Willard.
All right.
Along
So
the way.
you
Thank you.
stop at Willard. You make it all the way to Willard without being assailed. And Kat, where are you going?
Going to Willard as well. Gonna try to shield him.
All right. I am going to say the two of them are going to give you 2 bonus dice, Willard.
Okay.
But all of you are going to have to make another move roll. But
Except for me.
Willard's the only one that gets the 2 bonus dice.
Oh. What I get for helping people.
Yep. Thanks,
This is what you get for
suckers!
helping people.
All right, you, sir, are going to have to take a condition of your choice.
Oh boy. So many wonderful options.
Sprain your ankle.
Yeah, I'll go with injured.
All right. Yeah, I like the sprained ankle. You're moving along, and the birds just... There's a couple more that join the half dozen that are already kind of just flying in circles around you and beating their wings against you and landing on you, and you bat them away. Kat, you make it all the way to the grandstand. Willard, you, with the help of your friends, you make it with little squeaks of being scared. However you demonstrate that you're scared. But Fuzz, while he's trying to protect Willard and make his way to the grandstand, fails to see a hole that he steps in and twists his ankle. And you notice that when he makes the last few feet to the grandstand, he's limping a little.
What happened?
I stepped in a pothole or something.
Stupid birds.
Mhm. I never thought I would dislike birds as much as I do today.
So the bird, you've kind of up against the wall on the left of the grandstand, enough that the birds can't really. They can swoop at you, but if they don't turn, they're going to slam into the wall. So they are just kind of keeping their distance, but they are furiously creating like a wall.
So how close are we to the now?
How close are you to the what?
The little structure.
You are about 20, 30 feet from it. In fact, if you go to the edge of the grandstand, you can peek around the corner.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
All right. And as you do so, the birds that are assailing you kind of stop and they kind of dive and they go in different directions. And you can hear them squawk in kind of a half bird squawk, half like electronic tone. And they kind of disappear around the corner of the grandstand. One of them does, and one of them seeks altitude and flies away from you. And the other ones just kind of break and they go in different directions, but they are all going away from you. And as this happens, and Amelia, you're looking around the corner, you can suddenly see an exodus of dozens of birds just coming out of this structure from all the various holes and openings. And they're just kind of all kind of flying out in one kind of cloud that erupts from the grandstand. And immediately it takes, a full dozen seconds or so for the full amount of birds to dissipate out of the grandstand, and they all kind of fly in an like away from you guys, leaving you in a grandstand devoid of birds.
Is there anything like special about the birds that came out of the structure, or they just look like regular birds like the other ones?
You can't. Well, they look like birds.
Okay.
You can try to make an investigate roll, but since you don't have one in your hand and they're all kind of small and flying fast, it's going to be a really hard investigate roll.
I'll try it.
You're going to need 3 successes.
Nope.
All right. Unless you want to push yourself.
No, that's all right.
All right.
I'll do the same thing. So I got one halfway there, a third of the way there.
Nope. They all look like normal birds to you.
Oh, no.
It's all on you, Cat. No pressure.
Under pressure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where is it? There. Better than I expected.
So now they're all gone.
Now they're all gone.
All right.
They've all kind of see this forest back here.
Mm-hmm.
They've all kind of just moved in that direction.
Huh. Okay.
You scared them away.
Now that they're all
Yeah.
gone, we can investigate this thing further.
You're welcome.
How did you do it?
By walking and not acting afraid.
I wasn't acting afraid. I was taking a seat because of my ankle.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh.
Got a big scaredy baby over
Amelia
there.
and Kat, as
Ooh,
you're
that's me.
climbing into the grandstand, making comments about Fuzz's ankle.
I'm not talking about his ankle.
You notice that the 3 raptor birds that you noticed before have broken from their perch and are flying in the direction of the other birds.
Looks like the raptors are after them now. What did you just do?
Oh my god, relax.
All right.
It's not gonna
So
take out all of them.
you're in the grandstand.
Alright, I want to go look at their little house.
All right.
I want to get up and hobble over too.
All
Can I-
right. You
Can
hobble
I
over.
help you hobble?
Sure.
Make you feel less guilty.
Take all the help I can get.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not his fault.
It's really because I'm scared. I'm just staying close to him and using it as an excuse.
Pussy.
He's just realistic about his abilities to fight off danger.
Well, you should pick up a board.
They're
You can
heavy.
do a lot with a log.
Boards are heavy.
Not that heavy. Well, depends on the board.
So what you have found. Go ahead and anyone that's investigating it, roll investigate.
Ooh.
Guys hate me.
Investigate. It's not in alphabetical order, so it takes me a minute. That would have been a 1 if I wasn't injured.
All right. It's just the pain of your ankle is not making you focus very well.
Amanda's dice let me roll 6s all over the place.
Wow.
Using those.
Come up here and play in person then. So just Amelia, it looks like. All right, Amelia.
Yes.
What you have before you, what none of the other kids can seem to wrap their head around, is that the birds are indeed constructing their ideal housing structure. It's a little more complex than just a birdhouse. You can see that there is a structure built into the structure. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Where the organization of it allows for certain like it almost mirrors something you've seen in school, like in ancient Greece or Rome. You have on the outside of the structure, you can see that that's where most of the birdhouses are. And then in the center, there is a small open air area that looks completely flat, except for it kind of is a pit at an angle. So there are little perches that descend until you get into the center of the pit. That looks very much like a picture from your history book of the Roman Colosseum.
Oh. I mean, I don't notice that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'll as he was explaining it, I'll describe it to you. Since apparently none of you can use your fucking eyes.
You also find
I'm distracted by pain.
Life
I
is
was
pain.
crying.
that the structure,
Life is
most
pain,
of
are
the
you goth
structure
now?
is built out of branches, natural material, and such. But there is also a large number of stolen objects, man-made objects.
Do I
Like
see
little
make up the
rings
structure.
and stuff like that.
Yep, stuff like that. If it was rings, you notice that the rings are not just there to be pretty; they are actually used as kind of like a connector to hold up, two branches, where like two branches go in, and then there's the ring around it to hold it together. So there's some thought put into the items that have been stolen. You do notice that there is a a metal plate that looks like it's serving the purpose of a ramp. And on this plate is a logo. It's a large B and then an ampersand, or the and sign if you don't know what an ampersand is. Everyone know what an ampersand is?
Yeah.
That's,
Alrighty.
We play
You
D&D.
should, because you play D&D. So there's a big B, and an ampersand, and then an M, followed by the numbers 4732.
B&M 4732.
beans.
Not beans. Is that a tech company? Like, I feel like I've heard of B&M before.
IBM is.
IBM. True.
I thought B&M was railroad and beans. And the railroad, I'm not even sure on.
So,
Sometimes I hate being GM. Because I want to shout out answers. Like, I can't.
I could
can't shout
Google
out
it, but
answers.
I'm trying not to do that. So
what is the skill to know if you would know that?
Comprehend or calculate. Your choice.
Comprehend is 0. Calculate is 0. One's mine and one's tech.
No, Willard.
All right. Roll the
No.
ones.
Amelia.
no.
Tech, which is calculate.
Come on, Kat. This is all you.
Christ!
No.
They even had a +4.
If you point it, wait,
Yes.
no,
That's contact.
contact.
Oh, yes. As this is going on, I would be telling all of you about it, and then
Yeah.
Okay,
And Kat
there's
goes.
calculate.
All right. So halfway, everyone's trying to like put their brains together to figure out. And Kat kind of goes off in a random direction and says, "I think I know someone that could answer this question, but I think I could answer it myself." Because that's what contact is for. Is you know someone
Yeah!
that can answer that question.
I mean, my dad would know, but
Right. Kat, you know that this is a plate. The B&M stands for Boston and Maine, which is indeed a railroad company.
Ooh, good job, Jim.
And the number is most likely the metal plate itself is probably from a railroad car, and the number is that car's identification.
oh well, it's a plate from the Boston and Maine car number 4,732 or whatever it was.
So it doesn't really have any significant meaning. It's just a random
Well,
I
plate
mean,
that they put there.
Unless that's where the guy strapped
Probably.
is in a train car.
possible.
Is there a close train place nearby?
Well, where the courthouse is now.
I will bring you back to.
I know there's a railroad museum in Ashland.
You can't really see it on this map, but you see this little line right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It has a little
yeah.
cross mark.
black
Oh,
one?
yeah.
That is actually the railroad that runs from Ashland. Kind of runs parallel to the river, or halfway between like the road and the river.
That whole road that the courthouse is on was where the railroad went.
Oh, and we're...
And if you follow it up, it does indeed go through Beebe River.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Man, I'm on fire.
Maybe we need to head that... How close are we to that? I don't remember where we are
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't either.
All right, so see this oval shape right there?
Mm-hmm.
That is actually the fairgrounds.
And it's all the way up there.
Well, I guess we do.
Yeah,
need
you're
to
probably
follow
not
the-
gonna, unless you break your curfew, you are not making it there today.
Do we Do we know, like, okay, so, oh wait, no, it was probably going off. A lot of the birds probably had those things. Brain. I mean, we can go back there tomorrow or try there tomorrow.
Do we know of any train yards or stations in the area?
You know, well, I can't tell. I just can't give that away. Make
Would
a
that
comprehend.
be
Just make a comprehend roll. Unless you can convince me that another skill would be more appropriate in your particular instance.
Well, tinker, 'cause I'm a train enthusiast, right? No.
Sure, I'll accept it. Chat, I will accept your tinker.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Cat,
maybe
you
my
are
dad
aware
can-
of a couple stations per se. You know of the station that is located in Plymouth itself, in an abandoned building that is no longer used anymore. Side note: they made it into the senior center and is now the senior center.
Mhm.
But back then, it was just an abandoned building. In Plymouth, that not used at all. You know that Ashland also has a station, and they have several cars there, just kind of parked in a kind of side area. You might have even convinced your father to take you there to climb over a couple of these cars. And also, as a side note, that's a great place to watch the Ashland fireworks is from the train trestle. That is a short distance from the Ashland station.
They let people do that anymore?
I didn't. They don't patrol it.
Yeah.
You just walk down the tracks and onto the trestle, and you just kind of sit on the trestle.
I thought I remembered them stopping people from doing it or something.
Oh, I'd done it one year and I never got caught.
Nice.
Anyways,
I like how that's your basis? I didn't get caught, so it must be fine.
well, you see, like this little pond down here in Ashland, and then like this open field right. That's the ballpark. But the railroad track that crosses the river here, that's what I'm talking about. So it's on the opposite side of where people normally view it.
What Jamie's trying to say is he's not a ninja, so if he did it, then anybody could.
Exactly.
Pat definitely could.
And, well, you can't be afraid of heights because the train trestle is pretty high in the air.
Now all I can think of is Lost Boys.
Anyways, so there's the Ashland station, the Plymouth station, and then you know that the next station up the line would be Lincoln, which is not even on this map. It's way north of here. There were several annexes that were along the way. One in Beebe River, because Beebe River used to be a factory there where they would load the trains. So it's not really a station per se where passengers got on, but more of a area where goods would be loaded onto the train from the factory.
That sounds promising. And are any of these places still in operation in 1984?
Nope.
Okay.
In fact, the train tracks are still there, but they are unused,
Okay.
completely unused. Now, I think in modern times, in IRL, they they use the train tracks for fall tours. They have
They do.
a fall train that goes from Lincoln down to like Meredith, I think, or something.
Yeah.
I think they were also doing the Christmas Express or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about?
The Polar Express?
Yeah, because
That's at Hobo Railroad.
But they didn't do the
Yeah.
train up and down from Plymouth to there?
I don't remember them doing it last year. I know Hobo Railroad in Lincoln specifically did. I don't know if they're doing a different program that does it, but it's not the same.
Kat, as a side note, you know that there used to be another branch of the tracks that split shortly after leaving Plymouth to the north that followed the Baker River to the west. But the railroad tracks have since been taken up, leaving nothing but the railroad grade. Just like you know what I mean by railroad grade.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And pricker bushes.
And on this map, you can see it as this straight line that runs through Rumney, and even still, there's a gauging station over there. I didn't mention Rumney Depot, but that is another station, but that there's not tracks. That branch of the rails have been taken up many, many years ago.
See where it
Even
says
before 80s times.
See where it says West Rumney up there?
That's where you used to live.
Past there, I lived on a mountain, and I had a flip out event, my family, and I walked barefoot from way up there all the way to Plymouth. And most of that was on the railroad tracks, so I was trying to hide and I didn't want them to find me. My feet were very sore.
I would imagine so.
All right. So, Kat, that is what you know.
Well, there's a number of stations around here, but maybe I should tell you later. Why would they take a plate from one of those places all the way over here?
Maybe it wasn't them.
Hmm.
How big is the plate?
Very big. It's not steel. It's not heavy. It's probably aluminum. And it's probably roughly the size of a large record.
I would think it would have to be close for them to carry it if they were the ones carrying it. So what's the closest one? Downtown?
Probably.
Could start there tomorrow and follow the tracks.
Maybe we could even get there tonight. Or could we?
We couldn't. The Plymouth one, I think we could. Would that wouldn't be on the way home?
Good thing
Pretty
you don't
much,
have
yeah.
computers in. Good thing you don't have computers in Google.
Well, because Texas, well, for me, Texas Hill Road is past there, so it's on the way home for me. U-turn.
Yeah, and
This road right there, that's Texas Hill Road.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the road that Hunter actually lives on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
so
we
I
could-
think I think it's on the way home.
Could take a look. Is there anything else here we want to look at? Is there anything in the grandstand or?
I want to take that plate with us. Put it in my backpack.
You can. Like I said, it's not very heavy.
Why are they building a coliseum? Are they gonna have gladiatorial games?
I mean, they're a more intelligent bird somehow. That might just be what they're being fed to create or what they actually want to create. I don't know. I don't know if we have enough information to figure that out. Something
think-
we could ask the bird professor.
Well, from now on, Amelia gets to go first with the birds.
That works for me. I'm gonna start leaving.
All right.
Heading towards where the bikes are.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna take the most direct path, like no one's there.
All right. And as you do so, and you're leaving, does everyone else follow, or what's the rest of you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to.
I help Buds go.
I do want to see if there's anything else of interest around here, like in the bleachers, or if sounds like we didn't find any radio transmitters or anything here. It was just the circuit boards on the birds transmitting.
You can assume. Are you saying you want to make a final investigate roll?
I suppose I'll do one quick one.
I am going, since you already searched the area, I am going to bump up the difficulty one.
Okay.
Alright.
Nope.
All right. As you're leaving the grandstand and the most direct path back to the back entrance to the fairgrounds, you are probably about 500 feet away from the gate, the rear gate. When you see movement, not near your bikes, but close, you see a figure observing you with their hands up towards their face. And as you take a few steps closer, you can see that they're binoculars, and they immediately put them down and turn and run back towards where your bikes are.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna
a
start
good
running
500
my
feet
bike.
away, so what do you do?
Start running to my bike.
All right. As you're running, what about the rest of you?
I'm only
I
going as
can't
fast
run
as
right now.
Buzz, so
Yeah,
All right.
I'll speed hobble.
All right, you speed hobble. You notice the figure gets to where your bikes are and picks up a bike, not one of your bikes, but a bike, and starts pedaling kind of fast back down the road that leads to the gate, away from where you're going.
Okay, how close am I now when they do that?
You're still a couple hundred feet away,
Okay, so it'd be a lot
and you
to
still
yell.
have to get through the gate. So
Okay, but they didn't take one of our bikes.
no, they didn't take
Theoretically.
one of your bikes.
Okay. I'm gonna try and yell at them to hold on.
Right.
Not in like an aggressive manner, but just like, hey, I want to talk to you or see who you are.
All right, make a charm roll.
If this fucking fails.
The charm or empathize.
Okay, I'm not. This is for my own peace of mind. I want to see, because I've have charm of 3, so I don't know how the fuck every time I've actually used it, I always fail. But I've used my one skill 3 times and I've fucking succeeded every time. You know what? I'll just try it again. I'm gonna take a condition of injured, and I'll say
Okay.
I'll do the same thing because I'm trying to get them to stop.
Okay.
End up hurting myself, but I'm gonna try again. Maybe they'll show some empathy. Hey, I got 1.
All right. So you're like, stop! And they do indeed stop. But you pulled something in your leg trying to run after them.
Ow.
They have stopped, and the rest of you speed hobble up. Or, well, one of you speed hobbles up. The other one, the other two kind of speed walk.
Okay, I'm
they're-
gonna just.
They're not very good at running.
I'll say I probably pulled a muscle in like by one of my calves or whatever. So I'll just start like hopping towards the person.
Cat's good at
And
running.
they don't turn. They don't. They remain stationary. They don't make their way to you because you still have to get through the gate.
Yeah.
But they don't leave either. They kind of just stand there on their bike, kind of waiting for you.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you realize that it is not an adult. It is a girl, probably not much older than you.
Okay. Do we recognize her from
And you
school?
do not recognize her from school.
So I'm 14, not much older than me, but not from school.
Attack her with my sword.
You don't have a
Yes,
sword.
magic missile.
She wonders why you're throwing a polyhedron dice at her.
Attack the darkness.
Someone's gonna get logged.
I'm not going to have you roll to get back through the gate.
Thank you.
Because you've already made it through the gate. So I'm going to assume you got to make it back out of the gate.
Propped it open.
Yeah. And the girl kind of just kind of stands there for you to catch up to her.
Okay.
Again, she's not off her bike. She's just kind of standing there with one leg on the ground and one foot on the pedal. She is. Let's see here. Let's find a picture. Oh, that picture's terrible.
Nice.
All right.
Stacy.
She's smoking.
You do notice she has a pack of cigarettes sticking out of her pocket. She's not currently smoking.
What's her mom look like?
Got it going on.
Well, she lives in Seattle, and she's being picked up by a half Japanese con man. That's a deep cut from a previous Shadowrun game.
I was literally going to bring up the fact that you seem to have Stacy's mom in like all your games now.
It's not all my games.
The ones I've been playing recently.
All right. Well, I don't make up the plot for this one, and I don't make up the characters for this one. So this one is on the publisher.
Okay.
And
But
she kind of looks at you and is like, yeah,
what are you looking at us for?
I wasn't looking at you.
Could have made it a little less obvious.
Well, I wasn't. I was looking at the birds.
The birds that all flew away like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, I was curious on what you were doing.
So you were watching us.
Well, now that you made the birds go away, yeah.
Do you
Well,
watch
you-
the birds a lot?
What's it to you?
Well, were you watching the birds or their nest thing?
What's it to us? It's whether or not you've seen anything weird lately.
Maybe I have. How can I trust you?
Why would we be here?
Charm roll. It's your one skill. Maybe you need
Oh,
to
I got
use your,
2! Yes!
I say maybe you need to click the gum and throw in your iconic item. Like, yeah, I can trustworthy.
Yeah, no. I would chew it like a normal person and offer her some.
All right.
Everyone
whatever.
knows that fucking kids love gum for some reason.
Whatever. And she's a smoker, so.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 successes anyway, so ha!
All right. He says, yeah, I've been paying attention to the birds.
What have you noticed?
They're acting kind of weird. Haven't you noticed? What were you doing over there?
Yeah, we were looking at whatever the fuck they were building over there.
Following the radio signals.
Radio signals. Like, what kind of radio signals?
Well, like, they chirp. Should we tell her?
You
I mean,
already started.
Tell me what? What are you not telling me?
It is pretty weird.
I mean, I thought you were trustworthy.
Am I there now, or are we still hobbling over?
You are just arriving.
Okay.
Well, have you ever gotten close enough to those weird acting birds to, well, look at them really closely?
Yeah. I have one back at the house.
So you've
Well, I
seen...
mean, it's not alive or anything. I mean, it's dead, but
So
You
did you see
dissect it?
sorry. I mean,
Willard, come on, man.
She kind of, you can notice she's not completely put off by Willard's statement, but she doesn't quite know how to answer that without sounding like a weirdo, like
A
Willard.
psychopath.
Or at least did you find the circuit board? Or was there one?
Maybe you should come back to my house.
You know,
What's
it's
your
really
name?
late.
My name is Stacy.
Amelia.
Oh, I'm Kat. Nice to meet you.
I'm Fuzz.
And the weirdo?
That's Willard.
Not weird.
Well, hi, Willard.
Hi.
Hey, he's cool, alright? He knows how to dissect things.
Great.
We have plenty of time.
Does
if
he
you'll
carry?
allow
Does he
us.
always carry around so many books in his book bag?
It's a defense measure.
Okay. What kind of books you got in there?
D&D.
She kind of looks confused. Disney and
No, Dungeons and Dragons.
It's a game
What?
for nerds.
Ugh.
Not just nerds play it. There's professionals and stuff.
Ugh, you sound like my uncle.
Who's your uncle?
My uncle, that's who I live with.
Is his
Anyways,
name Matthew Mercer? How old
No.
would he be at this point?
he'd probably be just as old as me, like 10. He's probably a little younger than me. So
Maybe
he's
her
probably
uncle's
like
Gary
9.
Gygax.
Andrew has learned that he is one of the co-founders of Dungeons and Dragons because it keeps coming up on our trivia. So I won't answer it. And I'm like, do you know who
Oh.
that is? And he finally got it right. And I was like, yay! Like, yeah. Still can't get card questions right.
I mean, he went to the D&D trivia night, didn't he?
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, all right.
That's like, again, that's with like car questions for me. He's trying to teach me the difference between a hatchback and
A sedan.
a sedan. Yeah, it's
You don't know
going
the
really
difference
well.
between a hatchback and a sedan?
I've learned. He tests me while we're on the road, but I
Oh,
didn't
Jesus.
before. I don't
Anyways.
I don't know shit about fuck, dude.
All right.
Well, that's how you end up in the situation you're in, then.
Yeah, exactly.
You should come back to my house. I might have something that you might be interested in.
How
Did
far
it?
away do you live?
Not far. It's just on the other side of Beach Hill Road. It's on this road called Cooksville.
I'm sure
Not that
my
far.
character knows
It's
that.
not that far. See this little circle here?
Yeah.
That is Cooksville Road. So it's not that far away.
Okay. All right, yeah, looks like we're taking a detour, ladies and gentlemen.
All
And
right.
Willard.
Is your friend going to be able to ride his bike with that limp?
I'll manage, but I won't be very fast.
Well, good thing it's all downhill from here.
Great.
Say, is your uncle Professor Boyd?
No. My uncle's name is, say Daryl. It's not Daryl. Donald. Don. Uncle Don. Anyways, you as you get closer and you've watched her mannerisms, you definitely know that she's not 18, but she probably is either 15 or 16.
Okay.
She leads the way back down Beach Hill Road. Much like she said, it is all downhill. And then she leads you across Fairgrounds Road. Directly across from Beach Hill Road is Cooksville Road, which she leads you down, which seems to be a mix of trailer park with some houses. And she leads you to a house where she leads you up to the garage. You know immediately that the house is kind of unkempt. It doesn't look a thing like its neighbors, where they have mowed lawns and manicured bushes and whatnot. It doesn't look like the lawn has been mowed at all this summer. And there's chipped paint, which has probably been years of neglect. But she parked her bike in front of the garage, and you can immediately hear barking coming from the house. Like, and
I'm sorry, could you do that again?
No. She immediately goes, "Oh, Ham, quiet down. It's just me." And she makes her way up the front steps to the front door, where she pulls out a key. And she opens the door, and she is immediately assaulted by a... Let's see. What kind of breed is this dog?
Chihuahua?
Nope, not a Chihuahua.
Oh, fuck. If it was a Chihuahua, it's getting punted. Corgi.
Corgi, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Saint
she
Bernard.
constantly chews gums and smokes.
Oh, I got a present for her.
It's a Dachshund.
Oh, Dachshund.
Dachshund.
Wait, that's the little hot dog ones?
Is it?
Kind of, yeah. She's assaulted by a little oblong dog. You do notice the dog has a very noticeable limp, much
Aw.
like Fuzz does.
Aw, Fuzz, we got you a friend.
And she immediately picks up Ham, and Ham kind of looks at you guys and just kind of gives you like a says, and Stacy says, "It's all right. Calm down." And she leads you into the house. Once you're all in the house, she closes the door behind you and she puts Ham down on the floor.
I would die for Ham.
Yes, you all die.
About time.
Ham is secretly a hellhound.
Yes. She leads you into the house where you can immediately notice there's a smell of something rotting, like bad meat, but not enough that it's more of an annoyance than like disgust. She's like, "Come this way." She leads you out of the entryway and into the kitchen, And as you go through the kitchen, you notice that the sink is filled with dishes, and there's empty cereal boxes in the trash. The trash is kind of overflowing with open canned soup and cereal boxes and all sorts of packaged food items. And
Hungry Man boxes.
She leads you through the kitchen into the dining room. And as you turn the corner and you can look into the dining room, the first thing you notice that directly in the middle of the dining room table, kind of splayed out on the dining room table, is a bird. And you can see to the left of the head of the bird is a large kitchen knife that has been jammed into the table. And the bird has been very much like if this was a biology class and this was a frog. The bird's insides have been like the bird's skin and feathers have been plucked. Some of the feathers have been plucked away, and then down to the skin, it's been cut in a straight line and then kind of pulled apart and pinned to the table. So, like I said, very much like a biology frog. In fact, that's where she gets her technique from.
Your uncle was okay with all of this, like being right here?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't seen my uncle. I don't actually live here. I mean, I do live here. I've been here for a while, but like I said, Uncle Donnie lives here, and I actually live in Boston. And I ran away from home.
Why?
She lets out a deep sigh, and she pulls out the pack of cigarettes she has in her pocket. And she puts one in her mouth, and then she offers each of you one.
How about that?
I'll take one.
Fuzz takes one. She offers one to Willard.
No.
And then she offers one to young little cat.
No thanks.
All right. And then she just flips it shut. And then she pulls out a lighter and she lights her own. And then she holds down the lighter and lights Fuzz's if he wants it lit as well.
Yeah.
Well, my mom's boyfriend is not very nice. You might have noticed that Ham has a limp. Yeah, that was him.
Oh.
Did you take Ham with you?
I did take Ham with me.
How'd you get here?
The bus?
You are so brave.
Anyways,
I ran away.
Yes, I ran away from home and I came to Uncle Donnie's house.
But he doesn't know you're here yet.
Well, that's the thing. I showed up a couple weeks ago and he hasn't come home.
What did your uncle do? What does your uncle do?
He worked at the college.
What did he do at the college?
And she doesn't really say anything. She takes another puff from her cigarette and she goes, well, she doesn't go, but she leads you out of the dining room into the living room. And in the living room, you can see that there are very many pictures on the wall. Lots of them are from famous scientists. Most of you know that automatically from, taking science classes and being in summer school. So you have like Einstein and you have a lot of very famous scientists on the in picture frames on the wall. And then there's one wall that is dedicated to what appears to be one woman, and very odd photos. Not necessarily when I say odd, I mean like they're not meant to be framed. They're like the pictures you take like on holiday or like just random pictures. They're like,
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Shut up, Alexa.
I didn't even say that word.
Here is an answer I translated from goodphrase.net,
All right.
etc.
Alexa,
etc.
stop listening. Like,
She never
they're
stopped.
odd in like, no one in their right mind would normally frame these pictures.
Do they seem like things he's clipped out of like newspapers and stuff or
A
magazines, or like
few of them, yes.
some he's taken himself?
Uh,
Does it feel stalkerish?
It kind of does feel stalkerish.
Okay.
And as Stacy kind of notices you noticing, she goes over to one, and it's a picture. And in fact, you can see your father in the picture, Amelia. It's a picture of some of the professors at the college, specifically the science department, and the same woman is in that picture with all the professors, but she puts her finger to the picture, and it's a picture, and they're all kind of lined up in what appears to be an entryway to one of the college buildings. So it's in a large kind of entryway, and there's a hallway with some doors behind them, and then she kind of holds her finger up to the picture, and she points at this guy that's kind of like, he's not poking his head out the door, but he's kind of like in the background, kind of like looking at the back of the professors, because that's Uncle Donnie. He's a average looking white guy, dark hair, nothing out of the ordinary, like no mohawk or anything. He has like a little mustache, but he doesn't look like a serial killer. Not that serial killers look like serial killers, but like he just looks like he could disappear into the background, and that's what he's doing. He's in the background of that picture. And then she moves over to a different one, and again, the woman is in the picture. It's of a local charity event for the Quincy Bog, which is a nature area located in Rumney. Jim knows very much about it. It's kind of a nature preserve / science area that sometimes school kids go to. They're running a charity event, and then you can see that a few of the professors, not all of them, but a few of them, are there, and they're all shaking hands with some other people. And then in the background, she points out a guy. Just that's Uncle Donnie there too. In fact, you don't see any on this particular wall. You don't see any pictures that particularly point him as the primary source of the picture. They all seem to be this one woman.
So your uncle is stalking this woman.
I don't think so. I think this is his girlfriend.
Okay.
I mean, last time I talked to him, he said he was seeing someone.
Yeah, maybe in his head.
But anyways, you asked me what he did at the college. Come this way. And she leads you through the rest of the living room. And as you pass the TV and the VCR, you notice that there is another copy of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds laid out on top of the VCR.
We were going to watch that.
She leads you past the stairs that lead up to the second floor and into the final room of, there's a bathroom downstairs, but the final room of the downstairs is a study. and she leads you in. Well, it's actually another bedroom, but he's turned it into a study. There's a small kind of desk and several bookshelves. There's a cot located in the corner. But on the desk, you can see thrown all over the place are like graph paper and just regular art paper, lots of sketches of birds and circuit boards and all kinds of things. But they all seem kind of like random. Like none of them seem complete.
So is he a technology professor or a biology or a science professor? Or does he just work with the bird club? You're not helping.
He's a well, Chris could probably help me out on this one. He's a junior. He's not quite a professor.
Teacher's assistant?
Is he
Yeah,
assistant
yeah. I think
professor,
he's like a teacher's assistant.
postdoc?
But he went to school for electrical engineering. But I mean, that's not what he does at this college, though.
I wonder if he's the one who made the things.
That's what I was thinking too.
Ping.
Does he work with Professor Boyd, or?
I mean, and she says, Professor Boyd is in that picture that I pointed at him out, Uncle Donnie in. But I mean, I've met Professor Boyd.
He's missing too.
He is?
Yeah, he is, along with some other people who are interested in birds.
Well, that's a shame because I was going to go talk to him next.
Do you know if this woman he was after was seeing anybody else?
I don't think so. I know her name is Lena.
Well, didn't they say there were 2 people trapped? There was a man and a woman, I think they said.
But the woman left.
Yeah, the woman isn't trapped. The man is. The woman disappeared or something.
Yeah.
You guys are indeed correct.
But there was a woman.
Yeah.
Anyways, that bird that I have on the table, that bird attacked me in the yard.
So was that a raptor on the
Yes.
table?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense, I guess.
Does it have circuitry?
I mean, it does. It still does. I mean, we could take you back there and I could show you, but it sounds like you already know that.
I was asking the GM.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes. As you made your way through the dining room, yes, you would have noticed that the bird did have circuitry sticking out of its head.
Okay. Is any of your uncle's work here? His electronic work?
What was the question?
Is any of your uncle's electronic work, like any projects he worked on here?
I mean, this is his office. I mean, I don't know, whatever these are. I mean, they look awful suspicious. I mean, look, this one has a bird. I mean,
I just wanted to, Jamie, I assumed that it would actually be Kat's thing more than mine with comprehend, but I wanted to try to investigate and see if any of the circuitry looks similar to the circuitry that we pulled out of the birds.
Yeah, I'm curious if it looks like he was designing it or he found it and was just sketching it.
Hold up. All right. So, Cat, go ahead and make a calculate roll.
Try. Well,
All
okay.
right. As you're in the office, and there are all these what appears to be most of you random pictures and scribbles. Cat starts moving some of the pictures and the graph paper and like all these sketches, and she starts kind of organizing them in a way that kind of you can see a flow of information kind of and Cat, you determined from these sketches that the information that is provided here, it's he was building some type of machine that would attract birds automatically. And then once captured, the birds would be modified and the circuitry that is laid out on several of the electronic diagrams are meant to be control chips.
Okay. Does it?
But it's again, you get like the beginning, the very rough beginning of sketches where it seems like it could go in any different direction, and then you're getting the end result, like the perfected circuit board. But there's a lot of sketches and diagrams in the middle that explain how it got from the beginning to the end.
Okay, so it's kind of a progression of his work. And are the birds in the sketches, was he chipping raptors or chickadees or both?
Well, as you're looking at his drawings, he's not a very good. I mean, when it comes to technical drawing, his lines are perfect. When it comes to anything that's living and like non-linear, his birds just look like dumb birds. So you can't really make out. I mean, it's just a generic bird form.
So, like, if I were to draw a bird in Gardic foam, basically.
Kind of. Like, yeah, it's got a head, and that must be a beak because humans don't have beaks.
Right. What else could it be? I have a theory.
Oh, he
Check
was
this out.
definitely an engineer and not an ornithologist, was it?
Let's say he's working on this science project, right? Meanwhile, he's into this chick, Lena or whatever. But she's not interested in him. She's with this guy named Boyd. He's like jealous, right? So he uses this experiment he's been working on to try and get Boyd out of the picture so he can be with Lena.
And then he's going to
Killing
put the
the
chip
hypothesis.
in Lena so he can control her. No, that's too far.
Could be.
That's creepy.
I don't think my Uncle Donnie would do that, but
Did you really know him, though? As well as
I
you
mean,
think you did?
I don't. I mean, he was my uncle, but he was certainly nicer than my mother and her boyfriend.
It's just a theory. I'm spitballing here.
Or maybe they both liked her and she used both of them, which is why they're both missing and she ran away.
Right? Could
Or the
be.
men in black could have taken them.
I mean, true, but she could be working with them too.
I mean,
Hey, did your uncle hang out in any railroads?
I don't think so. That's kind of an odd question. Coming from the odd one.
Well, what do you expect?
Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
Makes sense. I ask odd questions. I drink and I ask odd questions.
I mean, have you tried to call this Professor Boyd?
We don't know his number.
Oh, well, I mean, Uncle Donnie does.
Oh, we
I mean,
thought
we
he
could
was
try calling
missing.
him right now if you want. I mean, you seem kind of unsure if he's missing or not.
How did we decide that he was missing to begin with? I don't even remember.
You assumed.
Oh,
I thought Amelia's father said there was an ornithologist who
yeah,
went
no, he
missing.
stopped showing up to work. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what it was.
Sorry, he did stop showing up to work.
Let's
Doesn't
call him.
necessarily mean he's missing, but it is weird.
suppose we could call him. Or try. So what are we gonna say? Like, hey, we heard
Well,
there was...
I mean, it's getting late. I mean, we could go visit him tomorrow, or at least go to his house.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
Uncle Donnie has his address too.
And we could check out the railroad places, I guess. Have you seen the birds around any of the railroad stations?
No, I mean, like I said, I got here a couple of weeks ago and I was attacked in the front yard there, and luckily Ham was with me, and we took down that bird. But I've only tracked them back to the fairgrounds there. I'm kind of a runaway, so I don't really want to attract attention. So I haven't been into town. If you couldn't tell from all the empty food.
Oh, should we bring you some food? Are you running low?
That would be amazing.
Or maybe we can find somewhere else for you to stay that isn't gross like this. No offense.
I mean, if you could, but I mean, I can't leave Ham.
Let me call my mom.
And, well, I mean, you can't tell her I'm a runaway.
I won't. I'll just say a new student from school.
And she doesn't know any
Oh wait,
cops,
she
right?
works at the school. Shit, hold on. You're on vacation here. We're saying you're on vacation. We met while we were hanging out, and you wanted to see if you could sleep over, but your uncle's out of town, so you need to bring the dog too. And
Okay. If you
one of
think
my
your mom will go for it.
she's pretty gullible.
I have a feeling a lot of people are around Amelia.
Charm with a bonus of 1.
All right, can I call my mom?
Yeah, the phone's back in the kitchen.
All right, I'm gonna go and call my mom.
All right. Hello, Radcliffe residence.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, Amelia. Hey, it's the sun's going down soon. You should be home.
Yeah, I'm at my friend's house. She wanted to know if she could sleep over and if she could bring her dog.
What's your name?
Her name's Stacy. She's visiting from Boston.
Oh. Is it okay with her parents?
Yeah, her uncle works a lot, so he actually works at night. So she called him at work and he said it was fine as long as she takes the dog, because obviously you don't want to leave a dog by themselves.
Oh, yeah. All right, her uncle, but what about her parents?
Well, she's staying with her uncle. She's on vacation.
Oh, right. All right, you said that. Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess it would be all right.
Okay, we're however far away we are. We'll be home in like a little bit, and she hasn't had anything to. Oh, actually, both of us haven't had anything to eat yet. Is there any leftovers?
Yeah, I'll whip something right up. So you're gonna be home in about an hour?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see you when you get here.
All right. Thank you, Mom.
Your mom sounds wonderful. She says that in a kind of sarcastic way.
Yeah,
hey,
she's
do
pretty
you want
cool.
food or
Like
not?
like sarcastic, but like she
Oh,
understands.
sarcastic.
Like I don't know. It's my kind of sarcasm, I guess. It's
Yeah.
like she's saying it sarcastically, but she realizes that somebody's being nice to her.
Yeah,
and
don't bite
she
the
doesn't
hand that
really
feeds you.
mean it. She's not trying to bite the hand that feeds her, but all right, anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, a little annoying sometimes, maybe, but nicer than my
I
mom.
would watch your mouth if I was you.
I'm just saying she doesn't let me have the
is-
tractor.
Is this? Are you?
Yeah, I don't think anyone would let you have the tractor.
Are,
Any
Are
parent.
you two sisters?
No, she's my cousin,
Cousins.
Oh,
and her
That's-
dad is missing.
Cat's from Canada.
your dad's missing. Oh, my uncle's missing. That seems to be going on a lot lately. Anyways,
It's
Don't even
contagious.
ask about my mom.
Yeah, let's just go.
all right. Let me just grab some things for Ham, and I'll put Ham in my backpack here, and his little harness.
He's probably so cute.
She loads Ham and some clothes into a backpack, and Ham kind of uses the clothes that she put in the bottom of the backpack as kind of like a step, and pokes up out of the backpack, like so. It only half his body is in the backpack, and when she gets on the bike and you guys start leaving the house, the other half of Ham is like the paws are on both sides of her neck, so he's kind of like sticking up and looking over her head and looking like in different directions as you're traveling.
I love him.
And
Jeez. Smaller than Scrappy. Wow. Angrier, though.
eventually make your way back to Amelia's house. And by the
We all
time
going
you
to
get-
Amelia's house, or are we kind of splitting off and going to bed at this point?
Probably
Well-
splitting off after we make a plan.
Yeah.
Because
I
she
didn't ask about you guys.
I didn't ask about you guys. So you guys got to go home.
Mhm.
But what's the game plan tomorrow? Are we going to the train station or are we going somewhere else first? Where are we? Do you want to meet at the hangout and decide from there, or
Now we're gonna meet the professor.
okay? That's what I was asking. I know we had two ideas we were tossing around. So
At least if we know about him, he might know more.
If we can find him. Yeah.
so are we meeting here or at the hideout?
Hideout's good, I guess.
I look at the girl. And I squint a
Uh,
little. And then I look at Amelia and I'm like, okay, the hideout.
Such a baby.
Stacy looks like she has something to say, but she's definitely saving it until you're not in the room. She has
He
that
gets that a
weighted
lot.
She has that weighted look on her face, like she so wants to say something, but she'll wait until you're gone.
I have to go potty anyway. So I'll split
Okay.
off and go home.
All right, and then Fuzz goes home.
Yep. And I have to actually go pee too.
All right, so you arrive at home and you go into the kitchen, and your mother is there, and she is drinking a cup of coffee at like 8 something at night.
I would say this late, but Andrew's parents do the same thing.
Yeah. And they wonder why. Can they sleep?
Oh yeah, they're totally fine.
Oh, weird. Is it decaf?
No, they just
All
drink
right.
so much of it that it isn't effective anymore.
Oh, all right. And she's having a cup of coffee, and you can see on the kitchen table there is some food already prepared and left out.
Awesome.
Your mom says, "Oh, it's Stacy, right?" Yes, Mrs. She
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. Sorry. I mean, Amelia's been very nice, and it's. I'm very glad to be here. Oh well, it's nice to have you, dear. And then Stacy immediately kind of like digs into the nice, prepared, cooked food that is not Apple Jacks or wow, I'm drawing a blank. What the hell are those things in a can that are SpaghettiOs?
SpaghettiOs? Okay.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs. That is not Apple Jacks or SpaghettiOs. This is very good, Mrs. Radcliffe. Well, I'm glad you like it. Amelia, please clean up when you're done. I'm gonna head upstairs and finish my book.
Okay, Mom, I will. Thank you for cooking.
Leaving you, Kat, and Stacy in the kitchen.
Awesome.
Well, we could watch the birds.
Yeah,
The movie, I mean.
I mean,
From the kitchen, you can see that the dining room, the living room the TV is not on, and in fact, it's dark. No lights are on in the living room.
you two can spend time together. I'm gonna go see Anthony after this.
All right.
I need to get rid of some conditions.
Stacey, well, she's like, I don't want to watch the birds again. I mean, I watched it when I was at my uncle's house. He had a copy. But after everything that's happened, I mean, I watched it once to see. I don't know. I was bored. He just has cable TV.
Well, you can go to my room and read a book or something.
Sure. That sounds great.
If you need a shower, there's I'll take her around the house, be like,
Right.
here's towels, here's like a hairbrush, like
All right.
do what you want to do.
Leaving Kat to watch the birds alone.
Yes. Yes.
And cats are like, what, 12? 10? 10, 12?
Yes.
How does she do with horror movies? Because it's technically a horror movie, right?
Oh,
Psychological horror, I would assume.
years. She's 13, if that's what you're asking. But
All right.
clearly she hasn't had enough of being attacked by birds yet.
All right. Maybe she's desensitized.
I really shouldn't laugh. My sister's afraid of birds.
Maybe Kat's a sociopath. No empathy. All right. So you leave Stacy in your room, and she she kind of twiddles her thumb.
Okay,
And she
One
goes,
thumb?
if you don't mind, I'm just gonna I want to make sure that Ham is all set for the night. I'm just gonna. I saw some horses outside. I'm just gonna take him for a short walk outside. But I'll meet you back here in your room.
every D&D instinct in my body is telling me that that's a bad idea.
We've trained you well.
I mean, you don't want Ham to piss on your floor, do you?
No, just try and stay in the backyard in a little area where we can see.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to go along the fence line. I wasn't going to go leave the yard.
Okay.
I mean, I really haven't been around horses, so I'm kind of interested to see what they're all about.
Just don't stand behind them. They will kick you.
Oh,
if you scare them.
I don't plan on going in the pasture.
Okay.
I mean, I will keep Ham on a leash.
Okay.
And you leave her, and you find Anthony in his room.
All right, I'm going to obnoxiously knock on the door. Even if it's open. Even if he can see me.
There's so many different ways I can mess with you. No, it's half open.
All right, I'm gonna knock on it and
you
keep
definitely
knocking
don't want
on it.
to. You definitely don't want to open a boy's room when the door is closed.
Well, yeah, if it was closed, I
Not
would
a
be
teenage boy,
knocking on
anyway.
it. I wouldn't
yeah.
open it.
No, it's half open.
Yeah.
He knocks, and you hear some. Do you just knock on it and just go in? It's half open.
No, I'm just like I'll like hold the knob and just like keep knocking on it. I'm trying to be as obnoxious as
All right,
possible.
you hear some fast movement, and then you can hear one of his desk drawers close. Who is it?
Who do you think?
You.
Thanks. Can I come in?
Well, I mean, it's not Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I'm not
mean-
your mother.
Yeah. Come in, Amelia.
Thanks. She'll come in. I need to borrow some of your tape. And he would know that that's for, sports.
Oh, athletic tape?
Yeah, athletic tape, just so she can like fix her leg.
All right.
Start working on getting that.
Yeah, I mean, you know where it is. This is in my closet.
Yup. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What's in your drawer?
Pencils. What's up
What
with
are
your
you
friend
writing?
Willard?
Huh?
What's up with your friend Willard?
What do you mean? What's up with him?
Did you not notice what happened in the kitchen earlier today?
Well, what's up with your friend?
Yeah, I mean, he's my friend, but I'm asking you what's up with your friend?
I mean, he's fine, but your friend was making. Do you know what's going on? Is there some joke on the baseball team about like trying to make him screw around with Willard or something?
What do you mean? I'm confused.
Does he seem genuinely confused?
Yes. You know that your brother, well, kind of a jock, isn't one of those type of jocks that is an alpha male, even though he's very competitive.
Yeah.
He's one of those jocks that focuses on his own performance and doesn't really read the room or he doesn't go off trail,
Okay.
and that he's kind of, I wouldn't say dumb. He's not dumb. He just
can't read a situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sexually is where this conversation is probably going to go. He's probably not aware, and this has never been a family topic or anything broached. A male liking another male.
Okay.
You're not quite sure what his opinion would be, because it's never been a topic of conversation. He's never made fun of anyone. It's just, again, it's not something that's ever come up in your interactions with him
Okay.
or experience.
They were just being weird.
Okay. Well, I mean, Jonathan wouldn't talk about it at all. He's being real weird about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Willard isn't really talking about it either. Maybe they got into a fight or something at school, you know.
Do you
Something.
think does Jonathan play your game that you play? You play that game, right? Everyone knows Willard plays it, so you must play it.
No, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yet.
Oh, maybe Jonathan likes Dungeons and Dragons.
Maybe you should ask him. And let me know what
Well,
he says.
I don't really want to ask him because D&D's for nerds.
Yeah, I know. Why were you
In
asking
fact, in
me?
this conversation, it sounds like D&D players are worse than being gay.
Yeah, that's the real taboo.
It's probably more shameful, at least back then.
Oh, you're gay? That's fine. You play D&D? Get the fuck out of my house.
Exactly.
Well, maybe I can. When is your next practice?
Tomorrow. Well, no, not tomorrow. Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, maybe I can ask him on Monday what his problem is.
Willard?
No, Jonathan, I can stop by your practice.
Oh.
We haven't really seen Cobb either, so maybe just, check to make sure he's alive.
Oh, yeah, no. Cobb's being Cobb.
Yeah.
And I don't want you talking to Jonathan.
Why?
Well, he acts real weird around girls.
In what way?
He's not very nice to him.
Have you thought maybe he doesn't like girls?
I mean, I thought he just did it to get their attention.
Does he act like he thinks cooties are still a thing?
Oh, now, what are you, like 12?
That's what I'm saying. Is that how he's acting?
No, I mean, I don't know. He's a little over the top whenever there's a girl. He's just, I don't think he means it. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Well, you know how like we tease girls?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he kind of takes it too far.
Makes a lot of sense. Fine. I won't talk to him, but I will talk to Willard and see if he knows what's going on. Not that you care. Not that I care about how Willard's doing.
Right. I mean, you hang out with him.
Not by choice. I have to watch after Cat because you won't do it.
Fucking cat.
I know. Really good excuse, though. Thank you, Cat.
Yeah, well, some of the boys want to take that tractor for a ride.
Yeah, well, Mom took out the battery, so no one can.
I know, but I know where she hid it.
Oh, I don't want to know because Cat will ask me, and then I'll have to tell her.
Ugh.
Mom will be pissed.
All right.
And then it could get back to you. And then you'll be
You
grounded.
think she'd be upset if we took her for a ride?
I would love to see you cry.
You see a little gleam in his eyes, like, I'm going to be the most popular kid in high school because I have a tractor.
Oh, my God. Okay, good luck with that.
This can only end well.
Yeah, why don't you take it to practice on Monday?
No. I wouldn't take it out of the yard. Everyone knows the cops would come in them.
Yeah, I know.
Not out of the yard.
Just don't hit any of the horses. I don't care what you do.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I'm taking the tape and going to my room and fixing up my leg.
All right. I will count that as time spent with your
Yay!
anchor. And you can get rid of one.
I got rid of injured because that's what I was planning. Still
All right.
exhausted, which is accurate.
As you leave the room, he says, "Amelia, can you just close the door when you leave?"
Yes, I can.
All right. And as the door almost is shut, like right before it shuts, you hear him open his desk again, and you swear you hear the roll of a dice.
Yay! Oh, he's a little nerd. Okay.
When you finish your conversation, Stacy's back in the room with Ham.
Okay, good.
And
There's no blood?
There's no blood.
Okay.
She what do you have in your room? Do you have like I don't know. You're 15?
14, yeah.
All right.
Posters, J14 magazines.
Sure. And she put on one of your records.
Perfect.
And she's listening to whatever you have. Depeche Mode or
David Bowie.
David
what
Bowie
the fucking anything David Bowie.
the
Depeche Mode's for
Ghostbusters
goths.
soundtrack. The Empire Strikes Back soundtrack. Disco Duck.
Hell was that?
Just listing off albums that I actually had.
I was gonna say
I've heard of
literally
Disco
none
Duck.
of those things.
I had Disco Duck.
That's a band or
No, it was just like a parody of disco music with a duck voice.
oh, okay.
Because
why not?
Really bad. It's really bad. Anyways, she looks like she's about to crack one of your windows open, and you see her reaching for her cigarettes.
No, not in here.
Oh.
Go to the bathroom, turn on the...
Your mom's not going to notice?
Well, if you do the...
Fan?
air, yeah, thank you. If you turn the fan on like you're taking a shower, she won't bother you. Just turn the fan on and open the window.
Oh, I thought the fan was for when you take a shit.
I mean, same concept, you get the smell out.
All right. And she goes, then I'll be back. And she leaves you in your room with Ham.
Alright, I'm gonna give Ham lots of pets.
All right. Ham is on your carpeted floor, just kind of laying there. Looks a little upset that Stacy left him, but notices that you're giving him attention.
Yay.
She comes back a couple minutes later. And Cat downstairs is like halfway through the birds with lots of death. And I have never seen, can't say that I've never seen the birds because I probably have. I just don't remember it. People dying, birds attacked everywhere. This lady in a phone booth being surrounded by birds, and they're all just throwing themselves against the phone booth, cracking the glass, and multiple people dying and running away from lots of birds. And
Is Scrappy watching? That's my
Scrappy
cat.
is watching you.
I forgot you had a cat.
Sorry, Scrappy is what?
Watching you.
Ah.
Doesn't quite, I mean, some animals realize there's a TV, but Scrappy does not recognize TV as a TV, if that makes sense.
I see. Look, Scrappy, birds. Birds.
And she just kind of looks at your hand as you point, not to where you're actually pointing.
Okay, good point.
Like, yeah, your hand. Yeah, I see your hand. You're moving it around.
Oh, fine. And I'll start petting Scrappy as I'm watching
Alright, she
people
purrs.
screaming and getting bombarded by birds. Why don't they pick up a board? I mean, they're not very big birds. Are these like
About this
corvids?
time, Mrs. Radcliffe comes downstairs and walks through the living room and says, "Cat, you better not have any nightmares tonight."
Oh, I won't.
You sure you wanted to watch this alone?
Well, nobody else wanted to watch it.
Right, like I said, you better not have any nightmares tonight.
I've dealt with worse birds. I mean, these aren't even raptors.
Alright, well, make sure when you go to bed, make sure you turn the lights off.
Okay, Mrs. Radcliffe.
She goes back in the kitchen, deposits her mug, and turns around and goes back upstairs, leaving you all alone. And unless anyone has any actions that they want to do.
I do.
Alright.
I want to spend time with my older brother. Maybe see if he can find some ice or maybe a frozen pack of peas that I can put on my ankle while we hang out for a while.
Alright. You find him, and he's also a musician, right?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. He certainly has frozen peas, which he lends you. But as you're there, he teaches you a new song that he learned.
Yes.
I don't know, something from Van Halen.
Nice.
So you kind of sit
Panama?
there,
As long as it's
With,
not jump. I don't like jump.
frozen peas on your ankle, and both of you have guitars out, and you kind of playing along. And you can heal one condition.
Ooh, I only have one condition. All right.
All right. Willard.
I also wanted to hang out with my anchor so that I could get rid of my condition.
All right.
We'll look through photo albums of his time as at the parties in San Francisco.
All right.
Stop. Or she, in that case, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you get to one page in the photo album with all the other drag queens, and she points out this guy in the corner with glasses, kind of looks like Steve Jobs, and says, "This guy over in the corner, he's such a nerd. He was always playing that Diablo and Demons game."
Dungeons and Dragons, rah-rah.
Whatever.
That Tom Hanks movie, Monsters and Mazes.
Monsters. Have you seen that? That's absolutely the truth. I was in California. I saw that happen.
No, Mom and Dad won't let me watch that.
All right, I will count that as healing one of your conditions.
I'm free.
All right, but I do have one additional scene for Willard.
Da-da, da-da.
Willard, you get home to your little shack on Texas Hill Road. It's not really a shack. It's a house, but it's a poorly constructed house. Your father's pickup truck is in the yard.
Uh-oh.
And you go in the house and says, your father's watching TV, and, very typical working class dad. He's got a beer in hand, and he's like, "Well,
Yeah, Dad.
And I'm going to guess you hate being called Will.
I do.
So, Will, can't I need you to go out back and check on Jeffrey. No,
Jasper.
yes, that's exactly what I was going to Jeffrey and Jasper. I need you to go check on Jasper.
Do I have to? He always jumps on me.
Boy, just do what I tell you to do. Watching the TV. And if I have to get up out of this chair,
I'm going.
you're
I'm
gonna
going.
know.
I'm gonna murder my father someday.
And I'll help.
All right,
I'll
I
do
go.
it for you.
I put my book bag in my room as I go out the back to check on Jasper.
As you go out back, you notice you have a very small backyard. I say small because it's like a 10 by 15 patch of flat ground before it dips and drops into a decline. And once it gets past the flat part of the backyard, is the immediate tree line. So it's just immediate forests. Taking up most of the backyard is a doghouse and a dog run, not a dog chain. Well, I mean, he's still on a chain, but the chain is on a run that runs from the back door to a tree, leaving enough chain to allow him to go into his doghouse. But he has pretty much full run of the backyard. So the backyard doesn't really have a lot of grass because he's kind of worn it down from his constant running around. There is, however, lots of dog shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
His food is usually left out by the back door, just outside the back door on a step. And as you go to the back door and you turn on the outside light, you flick the switch and nothing happens. You flick it back and forth again and still nothing happens.
Well, I don't want to get in trouble, so I don't want to tell him about the light. Do I have a flashlight in the house?
There is a flashlight in the house.
Okay. I'm going to go and try and quietly go by the doorway and get the flashlight out of the kitchen.
All right, make a sneak roll.
Uh-oh.
Boy, what are you doing? I told you to go out back and check on Jasper.
I'm just getting the flashlight because the light's out.
What do you mean the light's out?
I turn on the switch and nothing happens.
Boy, did you break that? You break the light.
No.
God damn it.
I'll fix it.
Whatever. And he doesn't get out of his chair.
Oh, good. Now I go look for a light bulb since I have to fix it. Do I find any light bulbs?
You don't find any light bulbs. You do find a flashlight.
Guess I'm not fixing the light. All right. So I go and I start cracking open the door. Jasper! Jasper, it's me. I'm coming out.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. I open the door wide enough so I can get out. Stand in the
You open
doorway and look.
wide enough to get out. And I'm going to guess you shine the flashlight down on the steps so you can see where the steps are.
Well, first
As
towards
you-
the doghouse and then down the steps. Yeah.
All right. You see the chain, the dog run, and the chain leads into the doghouse, but you do not see a dog.
Okay.
And as you open the door and you look down at the steps, you can see the water bowl is there and the food bowl is there. And there is a full gelatinized can of dog food in the feed dish. And on the ground, a couple feet away, you can see the empty the actual can.
Right. All right. I'm going to shine the light in the doghouse door and go towards it. Da, 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 da.
You get closer and closer.
I just got rid of my scared
Dodging.
condition, damn it.
Dodging
Piles of poop.
The numerous piles of dog crap in the backyard. And you get to the doghouse. And you lean down to look in the doghouse. And you see fur in the doghouse. The dog is not moving.
Whisper.
Nothing.
Poke him with the light. And jump back.
Nothing.
Step and poop. Alright. I pull on the chain. Jasper, get up.
You pull on the chain and you feel dead weight on the chain.
Dad!
And that's where I'm going to end it.
Who killed the dog?
Why? Why'd you kill the dog?
It's a story.
It's just a shitty story. Dog didn't deserve that.
All right.
I don't know.
Maybe he did.
Jasper's kind of a jerk.
The wettest blanket.
He's always jumping on me and scratching me and stuff.
Not his fault. He wasn't trained any better.
Maybe
Yeah,
Ham killed him.
He takes after his master.
Yeah, exactly. His master's a dick.
Jumping on me and scratching me.
Well, abusing you.
All right. Fun game. I only have this game slated for one more game. I think we will probably finish it. Unless we
You
get
don't
sidetracked.
know, do you?
But if we do get sidetracked and we need an additional game, I will run that following week
Okay.
until we finish this storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually get through one story this time, not
Right.
just the prologue.
Is this chapter 1?
No, you moved. You actually moved in the last two games. You actually moved through quite a bit.
We're figuring out stuff.
I had a question.
Okay.
I was looking at the PCs. There's a Thad Jarvis there, and I have no idea who that was.
I believe that was Chris Pitts.
Oh, yeah. And
I
he
think
did-
that was
Oh.
Ishkabab. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Escobar Weeb or something like that.
Yeah.
Escobar Weeb.
And he's like,
something.
"Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to name."
Ishkawab Beeb.
Yeah, that's
That's what it was. Yeah.
Ishkawab Weeb is even funnier though. He
Whatever.
was a weeaboo before it was cool.
yeah,
Mhm.
because he's the only other person that played with us. He played like one game.
Yeah,
I don't
he
even
made
remember
his
him
character
playing.
during it. So,
Like he
Yeah,
does with
well,
every game, really.
I think he showed up for maybe one or two sessions, but he spent the entire session making his character.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like he does in every game.
And then didn't show up again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yes, it was. We're almost there.
All
Hopefully.
right. Thank you, everyone. And I'll
you.
see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
All right,
you.
cool.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Watch out for birds.